So we're a little more than a month away from Pokémon Scarlet and Violet's Indigo Disc DLC. After spending most of October getting spooky with some Halloween content, it's time to shift focus into preparing for the beginning of the end. Because last week we were given the official release date for the DLC, and as I thought, it's dropping just before the holidays to just barely hit that window of shopportunity. Since the teal mask was released, oh boy, there's been no shortage of crazy theories, and the more I thought about it, yeah, that's appropriate. So first of all, what everybody is thinking about is how Kieran's story is going to continue, because it was the major loose thread coming off of the teal mask storyline. Obviously, both he and Carmine will be returning because they're students at Blueberry Academy, but with Kieran having improved his team over the course of the story in order to claim Ogerpon as his own, that was already a pretty difficult battle. I'm certain that'll come back and be just about the strongest trainer we have to face. With the Blueberry League trainers being set up as basically an additional Elite Four, I think it makes sense for Kieran to have taken the spot as a champion any time since. I don't know how much time will have passed between the events of each DLC, but I imagine that the Festival of Masks took place during the summer break, maybe early on, and then when we find ourselves in Blueberry Academy, it's maybe the following semester, with Kieran having spent the remainder of the summer continuing to train. I find it so cool that we saw a glimpse of a trainer in the very first trailer, and nobody thought to connect this body to Kieran, which I think it very likely is. From the little footage we have that seems to be setting up some kind of final battle between the protagonist and some other trainer, I think it does genuinely make sense for this to be Kieran and for this to be the final big battle between the two of us. The next question is just how evil he'll actually be. I don't really expect him to be some kind of world-ending threat, especially because aside from our time at the Blueberry Academy, there will also be a separate story in which we return to Area Zero for whatever big battle and story beats there are there. But the ending scene of the teal mask in which we see Kieran in his room, that's definitely some villain behavior. As far as we know, his goals are very personal. He wants to become stronger to defeat the protagonist trainer. But there is also the additional aspect of the hidden legendary Pokemon that we're calling Dokutaro. Will Kieran have any connection to it? Is it the one controlling him or feeding off of his anger? Who knows? I'm not entirely sure how to think and approach this because there are so many unknowns, but at the very least, if we do in fact see these two together, I hope it's more that Dokutaro is feeding off of him or granting him the assistance he needs, while his actions are influenced by his own feelings, because I really think the story works best if Kieran keeps his own agency while having this additional threat of this other Pokemon, of course being defeated in the end and turning things around. Random additional fact, his signature Pokemon Diplin actually works with the Eviolite item, implying it'll get an evolution at some point. And that is so thematically appropriate if we're going to see Kieran return as an even more powerful trainer. Although I think we're in need of another little trailer to give us more to work with in terms of theory and speculation. I was very surprised we were just given a release date out of the blue without its own trailer, but I guess they wanted to give us some assurance before showing even more footage. I'm pretty confident in assuming there will be a trailer next week, as by this point it'll be a month away. 1 month is a pretty good amount of time to sit on a trailer until release day. We also know very little about the storyline and events that'll be taking place in Area Zero, but like I said, I'm sure that this will be somewhat unrelated to Kieran and will be compelling enough with the mystery introduced in the base game. Meeting Briar was the first step, and then getting to see her again in Blueberry Academy will give the protagonist some more time to interact with her, at which point her application to enter the crater will be accepted and we all get to go even deeper and discover the secrets that Terapagos is hiding. Having a new area to explore in the Blueberry Academy and some closure to the main story is actually pretty exciting. The Indigo Disc is looking to be a very hefty update, and I'm ready to spend the rest of the year heading straight toward it. So let me know what you think about where we are now and how you think previously established characters and plot points are going to be followed up on. Leave any theories you have and even things you'd maybe like to see me discuss, and I'll see you all next week as we hopefully get another trailer. Thank you to every channel member for your continued support, especially the great Gators. Actual Clown, Black Ice, Cheeseburger Lasers, Dan V. Farrar, Dunkachino II, Evie, Generic, Justin R, Cosmo Zero, Lil Swiss, Meme Supreme, Nathan Boyd, Snowman Obi, Oleg Studios, Phantom, Peel the Genius, Quago, Tajirai, Viz, Volity, and Pastel Blood. If you would like to support, get your name shouted out here as well as access to emotes for comments, live streams, and sometimes early videos, you can become a channel member today. You can also follow me on Twitter as well for more memes. Anyway, this has been GatorX, I'll catch you all later.
Start your adventure together in the Pokemon trading card game Scarlet and Violet. Coming soon. Products sold separately, cards vary by pack.